Hello everybody, welcome to Healthcare Sucks. It's another nice day in Oregon. Check that out. Or check this out, or we're doing a little bit of scrapping over there. See all that wood? That was tree. That will go as firewood. So there is wood out there and things like that that you can be doing for your own self. This little area right here, out there, it's gonna get all trolled up and there's going to be a garden going in there. We doing several other things today. We have an area out here in the backyard. See all that? That's going to be extended for my chickens to run loose. And Farmer T's gonna bring some chickens over. You remember that? The interview with Farmer T. Also, we have some apple trees. We're lucky. We have a couple of pear. Let's see what else we got here. Cherry. And a lilac tree down by the river, plus lots of flowers. The lady that lived here before me lived here 30 years and basically planted just about everything you could. I'm going to step over here in the shade so it's a little bit shadier. I'm going to come to you with the healthcare update. They are pushing the healthcare opiate farce even further. As you know, I spoke to you guys about it, about the big opiate farce lie that we're all bad apples, we're all drug addicts. When again, you do have a choice to treat with opiates. And all this nowadays, a freedom this, you have freedom to do that. You have freedom to be what sexuality you want. You have freedom to walk this way, talk this way, or not talk this way, or not walk this way, or whatever it is. I want you to step up and make a stand today and say that you are done with letting them tell you what you can and cannot do, and you're going to take your healthcare rights back. Now, when Obamacare gave that out, your doctors were going to work with you, and he was going to decide what you needed. With that being said, if you've had pain meds in the past, you've not abused them, you were not illegally doing anything wrong, I urge you to step back up. Anytime you talk to anybody about pain meds, ask them to get it in writing, what their decision is, pursue it, all the way to your governor's office, and get you want a statement from them saying if they're not going to back you, then you're going to go even further. Feel free to go all the way to the president's office, all your senators. You got to get up off your butts and raise a little bit of hell. If you don't, they're going to take everything away from us. So with that being said, their new lie, which is, it's an old lie, but it's the new lie of now, is there's all these suicides. Well, yeah, there's suicides because people are hurting and suffering, and you know, they took all their meds away. In the mental health variety, they're taking all their mental health meds away. So mental health is on an uprising, not due to everything else, due to medication cuts. These medication cuts are dangerous, unneeded, and unwanted. So again, I urge you guys, or have your neighbor, your friend, your representative, an advocate, get on the phone and start making phone calls. Write letters if you're not a phone call person. Ask for, you know, to any kind of engagement to be returned in writing so you can have proof that you're pursuing this. Again, you do have the right to treat with opiates. You do have the right to treat with different benzos and mental health medications. That includes Xanax, Adderall, there's Valium, several other ones. The ones that work and that are not that expensive. Instead, they want to push you on a bunch of garbage that doesn't work, just like the pain meds, the Suboxone, and all this fakey BS that don't work. And by the way, those things, the Suboxone, Norboxone, is just as addictive, and as far as that goes, and the kids are out there abusing it and drinking beer with it already. So don't give me that. Go to ER. I urge you to urge Congress and your own representatives to look at it. It's a lot cheaper for your doctor to give you stuff you've been on in the past, and it will work. Right now I've been pushing for what's going to be called AmeriCare. You're welcome to read my byline. It's what Obama should have been, giving the power back to the doctors, writing for the cheaper medications, even if it's on the over the counter, on the other side of the counter, and it's something cheap that could be covered. So in other words, if they could spend $20 to $50 on a prescription for you instead of hundreds, how much is that going to save in the end? And if they could spend 100 versus thousands, think about it. We can afford things. In addition to that, you people that were lied to that are paying for your insurance, no. Unless you're making like above 100,000 a year, just at a starting point, you shouldn't be paying a nickel. I mean, obviously a little less than that if we get reality. You know, a lot of people live on some people live on $1,000 a month, you know, which is, those people are poverty. They should not pay a penny for anything medical wise. Another thing, this is going to probably stomp on some toes, but any newcomers that come to the United States that get medications, doctor's care, etc., for the first 5 years should have to work and repay that at some point. At least 50% of it, period. If people do the right things and become part and assimilate and become part of America and show that you want to become American, great. That's what this is about. You know, one quick thing on that health, on becoming part of America. Are you people? I'm going to look at you right now. If you're listening to this, and if you're here, you already know this. We are Americans. We like America because America is great. And yes, it is becoming great again. Because for a while it was heading down a road that we hope that we can stop. But with the one world agenda, that's going to be hard to do. But we can try. So the thing is, if you want to become an American and you want to become part of America, you're here because you like America. Not because you like where you came from or you wouldn't have left. Now, if you don't like America, then get the hell out. Don't let the door hit you in the butt. Because there's enough of this tippy-toeing around, you know, candy coating things. Either you want to be part of America, you want to become part of the wonderful things of being an American, come on board. If you don't, again, pack your bags and head the other direction. Because we're fitting the bill. We've been fitting the bill for a long time for this. And it's going to stop one way or another. People we cannot afford to keep doing what we've been doing. So with all that being said, if that sounds prejudiced, I have to tell you it's not. And if that hurts somebody's little tippy toes, maybe you should put some work boots on and get out there in the brush. Not only that, today we see this push for suicide. Suicide this, suicide that. Again, suicide comes from medication cuts and other things, of course, too. But the big push has been cutting people's meds, including military people's meds now, which is wrong. And I will be addressing Trump myself on that issue. So I hope everybody's happy about it, because I'm going to step forward like I have in the past with some of the other representatives to see that things get taken care of, or at least I get a letter back saying they're not going to do it, and then we can pursue that. Another big push, I noticed Denver, Colorado is trying to open it up where homeless can pop up tents everywhere that they need to. You know, I heard something from a very smart person the other day. You know these containers, shipping containers? We could take those and put those out in an area designated away from town. We could set those up with windows as little homeless temporary trailers. They are doing that in other countries right now for some people. That's a hell of a good idea. So you can get these shipping containers for as little as 1,000, if not 500, if you were to buy them in bulk. So the government can step up. These like Habitat for Society or humanity places, and different names, different organizations that get federal funding for nonprofit can step up, cut windows in those, insulate them. We can run water out to these places. We can run sewer out to these little porta potties. This can be done. This can be done very reasonable, and this can solve the problem. So I urge you to put forth that idea if you agree. I'm going to start becoming a lot more active. I'm trying to deal with some things around the house, trying to get the computer set up finally, so I can do neat little thumbnails and get my studio all set up. But I want you to know, people, when you read my byline and look at the history of where I went, the people I've watched and things like that, feel free to watch any of them. With that being said, also, I'm here to help those who cannot help themselves, including myself. I need help even sometimes. So, love your neighbor, love your family when you can. When you're not getting along, try to go back and just candy coat it a little, because after all, we are family. You don't need to hate. Hate is of Satan. Satan is the bad, the evil. I watched a guy a little bit here and there. He's pretty hardcore. He's like a preacher off the Poseidon incident, the boat, the shipwreck, the old Poseidon. You might go back and watch it. He's a great movie. Shelley Winters, a bunch of other stars. Anyway, Council of Time, he tells it how it is. You know, he's even a little rough for me, and you know, I'm a believer, but but sometimes we do need a kick in the butt to do what's right. So I would urge you to go watch him. There's a really good special with Council of Time and Pastor Paul, where he goes into about these cosmic waves that are causing us to have more pain and mental instability. Excuse me. Ooh, got me there. It's like a nuclear word. Nuclear. I'm just joking, guys. One of my bestest people I like to watch had that word hang up, but I think he's hammered it out pretty good. Again, I thank you all that do watch me, and I put love out to y'all. I really want to help everybody get their meds back as my number one goal in life. I've done a lot of things over the years, and we'll address those at time. But I want to get you, all 512 of you that need something. I want to help you get it. I want to help you get your meds back for those who've had it cut, and I sincerely do. So if you help me to help you, pick up the pen, pick up the phone, tell them you require, and you request the meds back. Now, beyond that, everybody else goes out and raises hell or does these protests or this and that. I understand sick people don't go out and protest, but we can do the phones and we can write. So, with that being said, this is a healthcare update. It's been quite a long one. I'm going to hit you up some more today. And as always, healthcare sucks. Over and out. Have a great day.